always will be lies. Can you ever get it right? How long will I let this lie? Hit up my girls, pull up, I'm outside, waiting by the curb. Too upset to drive, you getting on my nerves. We gon' get lit on this ride. I look too good to fight. Don't expect me to come home tonight. Don't worry about me, see you in the morning. Bet you never thought that I would leave. Think I had about enough. I mean, hold up, you could call me on my bluff. I ain't coming, don't wait up. You gon' miss this body. Too late, oh I'm sorry. Bet you never thought that I would leave. Had about enough. Hold up, call me on my bluff. I ain't coming, don't wait up. I ain't coming, don't wait up. Trying to get you to wake up. I ain't coming, don't wait up. Can't ignore my intuition, baby. I know you're typing every game you try to play. You know you could get replaced, ayy. Cause I won't track around, no dead weight. Hit up my girls, pull up, I'm outside, waiting by the curb. Too upset to drive, you getting on my nerves. So we gon' get lit on this ride. I look too good tonight, and I just wanna have a good time. Don't worry about me, see you in the morning. Bet you never thought that I would leave. Think I had about enough. I mean, hold up, you could call me on my bluff. I ain't coming, don't wait up. You gon' miss this body. Too late, oh I'm sorry. Bet you never thought that I would leave. Had about enough. Hold up, call me on my bluff. I ain't coming, don't wait up. I ain't coming, don't wait up. Trying to get you to wake up. I ain't coming, don't wait up. Gonna lead a drama, cause I'm too grown. Let you deal with that alone. I'ma get back when I do, don't call my phone and don't leave the lights on for me. Don't worry about me, see you in the morning. Bet you never thought that I would leave. Think I had about enough. I mean, hold up, you could call me on my bluff.
Hey man, let's get it going real quick. Oh my God. Hey mom, hey, it's that man. What another late night mantuary type of stream. Let's get it going. Answer that goddamn phone, man. Let's get this shit popping.
I'm here with you, damn it.
And you can slice. You can slice the face. You can slice the chest.
But you know what? It all comes back to one thing.
But it's not for children, though. I'm fucking with grown folks right now. Come on, man.
Raiders, make sure to remind folks to put Q colon in front of their question so that grabs my attention.
Put a key up front of it.
It's Timmy time.
Brother, this guy stinks.
Goddamn YouTube correctional officers. I hope they pay you well.
Glad everybody stopped by, having a real good time, my guy. Rocky coming through, letting know he shoot goddamn rope for the bug out.
Pause.
Ron, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. Hey, man, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. Ian, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member.
You know, they're gonna be like, he was a good man. Yeah!
Make sure you Geppetto the like button. Put me back in the goddamn algorithm.
Emotional, damn it.
Fun is definitely what we're going to be heavily focused on.
I think that everybody's on Sabinja's balls. They got them both cupped with the hands, like kind of like this. Like, let me cup them for you.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Chris, you know you got the goddamn hooked on phonics, sir. Here we go. I'm ambidextrous.
What more do you want from me?
I'm not a goddamn mathematician. I don't think Dwayne is here. My resident mathematician. Y'all know good and goddamn well I am not here to play with anybody, man. Let's get the shit popping real quick. Let us get it freaking slicing and popping and all of that good stuff. Coming through, making the stuff happen real quick, man. This is your boy Marine X back at it again. I appreciate y'all kicking the door in. Give me a Lima Charlie if y'all can hear me loud and clear, man. Hopefully everything is coming through really good, really clear. It just sounded fucking amazing and shit like that, man. Smoke them if you got them.
Something, bitch.
Have a good time if you're trying to live that life as well, man. I hope everything is going great. Hopefully y'all had a good start to the week, man. Mantuary Podcast was fun yesterday and everything going down. Mike and Ike's EDC, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. He says, what is this on a Tuesday, sir? Listen, so I decided that for the most part that, you know, the Mantuary Podcast will be Mondays. And since it's so structured, you know, I try to keep the whole podcast within, you know, an hour. And it's so structured that, you know, I need to live stream more throughout the week, you know what I'm saying? And just kind of make life a lot better. You know, I got a good goddamn head on my shoulders, you know? No, I got a good head on my shoulders. So, yeah, you'll see random live streams, especially for channel members, man. I want to give more content to channel members, especially more behind the scenes. I have to film tonight. And I want to film a video that's kind of been on my head for quite a minute, man. And all of that good stuff. So we're making life happen quite a bit. So hopefully y'all are having a good one. Man, this cigar is fucking trash so far. Hopefully it improves, man. Let me just show y'all what I'm smoking. I'm having a Romeo and Julieta. This is a 1875 Reserva Real, I guess is how you say it. This is a Nicaraguan cigar, Nicaraguan binder. I think it's a Honduran filler. It's not impressing me. Like, oh my God, it tastes like air damn near. It just doesn't have the punch that I need. I know my humidor is fine. Everything is freaking running well. Maybe I'm just having you know what I'm saying? Maybe I just have a lot going on. Maybe I need y'all to hit that goddamn like button and everything will get better. Maybe to get better after that. Listen, this is towards the end of my night, man. So for the most part, when it comes to carry items, that's basically over. The only thing left in my pocket is this tiny EDC, little tiny EDC blade that I got on Amazon quite a ways ago. I love it because I just changed this little number 11 utility blade. It's like a little X-Acto blade. I just change this thing out whenever I see fit. And for the most part, I've been still, you know, religiously EDCing the Nutsack double admin pouch. And this thing is just, you know, I think my thoughts on this without taking away from my own video content that's coming up on this, I think the takeaway from this would be, you know, this gives me VCR vibes. It gives me VHS vibes. I don't know if that fucking makes sense to you guys, okay? It just fucking boosts. It gives me fucking...
Come on now, dog.
The Nutsack...
Come on, man.
Double admin pouch gives me like VCR vibes. What does that mean? That means that, remember, I don't know if any of y'all are old enough. I'm old enough. Some folks in chat are old enough to remember when VCRs just sat in your living room. They were always reliable. They were always dependable. You look forward to using them. Sometimes you would set them to record some shit. And sometimes they will fuck up, right? They might chew up a goddamn tape every now and again. But for the most part, I'm just saying, you know.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
For the most part, you knew that it was reliable. It was there. And depending on, you know, when it came out, it was kind of a luxury. That's kind of how I feel about this pouch. It's always around. It's always on my ottoman. It's in the kitchen on the counter. It's strapped to my back. It's in the armrest of my truck, right? And so it just kind of always, it seems to always be around. It seems to always be in the goddamn around. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of making that shit feel real good, man. Who's in the mixes for this late night type of stream, man? Rocky, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. We appreciate that, man. Everybody kicking the goddamn door. And make sure you hit that like button as well. Phytonic, thanks for stopping by, sir. Thanks for being a goddamn member. Spam that goddamn chat. I appreciate that shit. Says first day back working world line cook. Whoa, so you're a line cook. Okay, cool. So are you going up to sous chef or to chef soon? You know what I'm saying? About a year off, but I'm back, baby, man. Congratulations, sir. I'm glad that you're, you know what I'm saying? Super glad that you're back in the mix. Sipper Flight is here. Sup, y'all? Anybody notice that their internet been spotty lately? Yeah, I mean, my internet's always fucking trash because I'm out in the goddamn garage. I'm the farthest away from the router that I can be. And it seems to hold on as best as it can. I like to stream late at night. Everybody, you know, it's just normally just me and Danny Lene are the only two people using internet. And she just watching like true crime shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Just kind of keeping the shit real simple. KCR, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. He says, hey, back nights. It is Christmas already. Sir, it feels like Christmas, right? Maybe I'm giving you a little bit of goddamn Christmas in September 12th, just like that. New camera angle looks dope. Appreciate that. It's not really a new camera angle. What happens is I move my main camera. So I moved this camera into the house to film a little bit. And then I didn't bring it back to the exact same fucking spot, right? So it looks different, but it's just not close enough to my man cave table, if it makes sense. So that camera should be, you can't really see it, but it's further away from the table. It should be much closer, but it just kind of fucking works. It kind of just gets the goddamn job done. Make sure you put a Q colon in front of your shit. I'm just kind of scrolling through chat, man. AT, man, thanks for letting me stop by through your live stream and also just kind of chat it up in your chat. And thanks for being a goddamn member. We appreciate that, man. The new podcast is pretty dope. Hey, I appreciate that. Listen, I'm trying to just do something a little bit different. So I let me just tell, first off, I had a couple of folks ask, like, the podcast is filmed live, right? The podcast is filmed live. So we filmed the podcast in the same slot, and it says record stuff and tape look like trash. You talking about the shit behind me? You talking about the shit behind me? Damn, I got a record and shit. My shit's looking a little chaotic. You know what I'm saying? I hate myself. Stop bullying me if you're talking about my shit. Let's see. But yeah, so the podcast is filmed live. Basically what we do is the normal spot for Man Cave Mondays, we come through, Danny Lene and I, we film the podcast very rigid. We're trying to keep the time slots because we're loading that to YouTube as a podcast, and we're also loading that to YouTube Music as a podcast. So I wanted to be able to clean up as easy as possible. But a lot of people ask, well, where's the live stream go? As soon as the live stream is over, it goes to members only mode. So if you want to watch the live stream from yesterday, you can, but you got to be a member. You can see the raw, unedited mistakes and all that we make. And then I package that up and I turn it into a podcast and release it later on that night. Analog, bro. What are we talking about? Hopefully everything's good, man. Should I wear a sling bag while I DoorDash? It was probably get on your nerves, Porky. Here's the thing, because when you DoorDash, you have to like bend over to set the food down. And like, unless you wear like an alpaca sling that has a 3-point harness, because slings organically only have 1 point of connection on your shoulder and then a point of connection on like below your waist, right? So when you bend over to set shit down, the sling's gonna move. That shit's gonna get on your nerves. So unless you can find a sling that has like a strap that straps to the front that keeps it static, I personally wouldn't do it because it's so how much bending down you have to do, but it's really up to you, man. Jim Q is here as well, man. Thanks for stopping by. What's good, EDC Daddy Pouch? Hey, listen, man, I'm just saying. I got daddy pouches. I got pouches. It just always seems to be around. The risk. Chris Brown, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. Swing by to say hello. Lots of camping. Kind of tired. I'll catch y'all on the replay. Man, I appreciate you kicking the door in, man. It says Callie checking in, new here. Hey, what's up, Callie King? Thanks for stopping by, man. Making it happen as well. It says, bro, I saw that sword mount. I saw that sword mount, fam. Looks good. Oh, appreciate it. Yeah, that's the sword that was given to me when I became was it a staff sergeant? It's an NCO sword, but I can't remember. I think I got it when I became a staff sergeant. If that kind of makes sense. So yeah, man. So I just thought to myself, let's see. Oh yeah. Oh, I appreciate you dropping the link, man, for all my products and shit. So yeah, I thought that the VHS taste. Yeah, I was talking about the VHS. So it's worse if they're recording films. Listen, I have a VCR here in the man cave. I also have an 8-track player. Don't fucking ask me why. I don't know why I got fucking both. I got both. Okay, I got both.
Come on, man.
But I watch VCR tapes quite often. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why I feel the need to watch them. Matter of fact, I'll grab a couple of my favorite, man. I got a couple of them here. All right, so look, these are my 4 favorite VHS tapes that get played in my VCR all the time. Okay, I like nostalgia moments, guys. I like nostalgia moments. So I always have, I always got something that just kind of makes me vibe out here in the man cave. I always got something that makes me vibe out in the man cave. If you can't get down with goddamn Macaulay Culkin and goddamn Home Alone, sir, bounce your ass up out of here. I'm just saying, man, you have got to love yourself a little bit of Home Alone action. I got this shit for $1.99 to pick this shit up. It still works just fine. And so that's one of the bangers that I have. Another one is American Pie, the unrated version. So it gives you a little bit more of that sauce. Like you wouldn't believe the extra bullshit that they do in this goddamn movie when it's unrated, man. Just so I got the American Pie. And yes, I'm telling you, man, that freaking that shit go hard. This is one of my absolute faves. We'll talk about that one here in a second. We also you gotta keep it real, man. You gotta be able to have T1 at the ready, Schwarzenegger ready to go, and all of that good stuff. It's just kind of like, I don't know. I think that I love having the Terminator at the ready. And then this is one of my favorites. So my favorite category of movie, guys, is hands down is zombie movies. But this isn't a zombie movie, but also just kind of like those freakishly bad but good 80s horror movies. So, Friday the 13th, Jason, when they took it and turned it to Jason and all that, but the Killer Clowns from Outer Space, this shit is a fucking banger. A banger. And so I absolutely, those are some of like my must-have VHS. Now I got more, but these are the ones that get put in rotation. If I'm working, I'll oftentimes just throw one of these literally in the VCR and just kind of let it play out. So I like the nostalgia feeling, but I also have blank VHS tapes. I don't know why organically I just keep goddamn blank VHS tapes around as if I'm going to be fucking recording some shit, because I don't fucking know. It's not like I'm actually recording some shit.
Hey,
so it's
bro,
not.
come
I'm just
on
saying,
now,
Boosie.
dog.
It's not like I need them.
Come on, man.
But I keep them around just in case, man, because you never know when I want to be. Hey, I might have a creative idea. I might have some shit I want to have on my mind. But this is kind of my favorite shit, man. Let me put these back away before I freaking, all of a sudden they grow legs. I don't. So there's other stuff that I have, but it's on DVD and Blu-ray. So I also have a Blu-ray player. Of course, my PS5 and my Xbox Series X can play Blu-rays and shit, but I like the traditional, I like the grainy look of VHS. I like the grainy look of DVDs. And in this digital world that we live in, sometimes it's nice to throw some shit up there in 4x3 and just kind of fucking vibe out and shit like that, man. So that's why I like to vibe out like that, man. It says, but what are some of the classic movies you find yourself watching all the time, no matter what? Drift says, no, he did not bring out that goddamn Home Alone. Yes, I did, sir. It's the man cave, man. The man cave always has a vibe to it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You always got to have a vibe in the man cave. That's one of my vibes. Jim says, no Friday on VHS. Listen, so my mom has over 300 VHS tapes that she refuses to bounce up off of. I'm just like, Mom, let me get that shit. What's going on? Like, you don't even have a fucking working VCR. She also has over 200 vinyl records. She refuses to let me get my hands on. Now, she does have a working record player. It needs a new needle, so it fucking has dust and it scratches all sorts of shit, but it works. And I'm just like, man, you got all these goodies inside. You won't let me get my hands on. She has Friday on there. She has all the Disney movies. I would love to play the old school Disney movies for my kids with the grain instead of this crispy ass Disney Plus. All that type of stuff. I'm looking at my vinyl records now to look at my own collection. I like nostalgia type of stuff like that, man. All the classic movies, my man says, Mike and Ike's EDC. Those, it's just stuff that kind of makes me feel good. It's also the type of shit that when I'm in the man cave working, a lot of times, so my actual work desk, you can't really see it, but there's a desk over there. I work there, normal ass job every day. So a lot of times I will oftentimes put on the TV that's right here over my shoulder with the freaking fireplace going right now. I'll throw a VHS in there and just let it play. I don't care if I miss certain parts. There are certain movies I'll throw on there as well. I know y'all do the same fucking thing. I throw on stuff there. Like I could throw Shawshank Redemption. I could throw Independence Day. I could throw any of the American Pies or Purge movies or 2012 zombie movies. Shit that I could just throw on there that I don't care if I miss a part because I've seen the movie so many fucking times, right? Cult classics. Yeah, I need more cult classics. Some of those are, you know what I'm saying? But I need some more where it's just like they straight up had a whole cult following. Ace Ventura is a fucking fire one. I like the first one though. I also like Dumb and Dumber. I just generally like Jim Carrey, man. Gotta do Home Alone around the holidays. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Around the holidays, I drag the Home Alone gets drug into the VCR gets drug into the house, and I make everyone watch Home Alone on VHS because it's grainy, and I think it's in 4:3. I think it's in 4:3 instead of 16:9. Like you're watching me right now in 16:9, but I think Home Alone was in 4:3. So it gives you that old school feeling. It gives you that old school feeling. I cannot say do not buy this cigar more, guys. This cigar is fucking just not impressing me. The more and more I get into it, the more and more I'm realizing that this Romeo and Julieta Reserva Real is not impressing me. Iraqi, I don't know if you got any experience with the shit, but I don't know. And I'm also drinking, just in case y'all are wondering, I'm drinking some Woodford Reserve Double Oak. Trying to kill off that bottle. I started it, I was drinking it with the man cave part yesterday, and I was like, yeah, let me just keep on topping that shit off and all of that good stuff. Porky, man, I'm just saying, some of those movies get your boy going, man. Brandon says, thank you for the gas protector for your giveaway. Hey, man, I appreciate you. Hopefully you can find a use out of it. A lot of people live in houses. Also, first off, thanks for letting me know you got it, because a lot of people I send giveaways, and I kind of hope that they didn't get lost in the mail. So, excuse me. So I appreciate the confirmation, but yeah, I use mine primarily. I have a gas connection near my dryer. I don't have a gas dryer, but there's a connection there. I have a gas stove, and we also have where else do we have gas in this house? That's it. But also all my butane stuff, I can tell if any of my lighters are leaking. It can sense shit like your little butane torches to see if those are working and stuff like that. Hey, put a Q code in front of your shit if you have a question. Listen, guys, one thing that came out today is we all know that the newest iPhones just dropped. The iPhone 15 just dropped, and the crazy thing is this hype train when it comes to the iPhone is fucking real. I don't know what y'all carry in y'all's pockets. I don't know what y'all carry in y'all's spot. I don't know what your EDC phone is. I don't know if it's an iPhone. I don't know if it's a whatever it is. But I really just saw all these videos today, and I was just like, there is nothing wrong with your fucking phone. So iPhone 15 just dropped. They changed everything to USB Type-C. It has everybody just fucking creaming all over themselves, fucking feeling fantastic. I'm just saying, they're just all over the shit, and there's not a lot of new stuff there. And I'm just going to give you my opinion about when I think you should upgrade your EDC phones. This is not a tech channel, but a part of your EDC is your fucking phone, right? I'm just going to tell you when I upgrade mine. Maybe right when you might want to upgrade yours, right? Because I just don't think the hype train is worth it. So the biggest upgrades with this thing is USB Type-C. If you want one goddamn, you know what I'm saying? If you want one cord to charge everything, then yeah, upgrade to the new iPhone. If you want one of these fucking new colors, then whatever. You can upgrade to one of these new iPhones. But I guarantee whatever the fuck you got in your pocket is probably A-okay. I guarantee whatever you have in your pocket is probably A-okay. So my current phones, that I have right now. So my YouTube phone and my work phone is an iPhone 13, right? So I have an iPhone 13 Pro. Let me take it out the case. This thing here, it's nothing wrong with it. Looks good. A few fingerprints on the back. It has this creamy ass green color. This isn't my main phone that I use every day. I rarely use this phone. It's mostly for answering YouTube emails. If I want to talk to a business that wants to do business with me on YouTube, I give them this phone number instead of my personal phone number and shit like that. But it works just fine. iPhone 13 Pro is a boss hog. But my main phone is a Google Pixel 7, which I'm a big fan of. But when the new Google phone comes out, I'm probably not going to get that shit. I customized and made this case myself. So this is a leather case with a topo design with my logo at the top. But the Google Pixel 7 is just freaking, I don't see the need to just constantly upgrade shit, right? Beautiful looking devices, all that type of stuff. And my main work phone, let me grab that. So my mandatory work phone is the iPhone 12. And all these goddamn fingerprints are gonna drive me bananas. Let me wipe this shit off. The iPhone 12 is my issued work phone. This is my job issued a phone to us. They issued the iPhone 12, and this thing also works just fine. If this was my main phone, I would probably just keep this thing as well. What I'm trying to say is that your EDC phone probably needs to be upgraded less often than you imagine. I think that we get caught up when these new phone releases come. We get caught up when we see all these new designs and new cameras and all this other type of shit. And I don't know why. I have no clue why we would want to just freaking jump out there and give them another $300-400 of our money, maybe up to $900 of our money if you don't have a good trade in, just to get like some barely any new specs. If you have, in my opinion, if you have an iPhone 11 or newer, maybe iPhone 12 or newer, you don't need to upgrade to the iPhone 15 unless there's just something about it you really fucking like. You want USB Type-C, you want one of those new colors, maybe something like that, then maybe you can go for it. But it would be hard for me to upgrade from this iPhone 13 Pro, mostly because I fucking love this color. Even though it's not my main phone, if I had to be forced to switch to an iPhone, it would be hard for me to give this phone up because of the color. This fucking green color is a goddamn panty dropper, man. It's just a fucking amazing color, man. It's just fucking way better than black. Way better than black. Are y'all gonna upgrade? I mean, what are y'all thinking? Are you upgrading? Is it something that that you are definitely going to do? You could tell us a work phone because they make us wear this. They make us put OtterBox cases on it. Yeah, it's a fun. You can absolutely tell us a goddamn work phone. I don't know, man. Just me personally. Now, I will say this: that companies still send me stuff. I have a working relationship with Andar. Andar sent me a case. I might give, if someone's upgrading to the iPhone 15, let me know because I might give this away, right? So we're super excited for the iPhone 15 launch. We hope you love the Aspen on your new phone. So they made a handwritten note for me. So I think that's pretty cool. And so anyways, so they did send me, Andar sent me their new case. And shout out to Technically T, man. He just did locked up a relationship with them and has this new phone color coming out. But they sent me their new case. I like the presentation and shit. So they sent me their new leather case for the iPhone 15. I think that if I were to upgrade, I might slap this case on it. I mean, knowing myself, I would do some shit to it like this. I have a laser engraver in my man cave. I would probably put a topo design on this case. It's nice and all, but I like my shit to look Look at that fucking patina on my goddamn Google case. That shit looks fucking phenomenal, doesn't? Goddamn. You see that goddamn? Oh man, I love that shit. But anyways, Andar did send me their iPhone 15 case. I'm going to think about it for 2 days. I'm going to give myself until Thursday to decide if I'm going to upgrade to the iPhone 15. If I can get a fantastic trade-in for my iPhone 13 Pro, I might upgrade. If I don't, I'm giving this away. This is going to be given away to, first I'm going to try to give it away to a channel member. If a channel member is going to be upgrading their phone, and then we'll switch and give it away to just a general chat. Now, another thing that was just sent to me, guys, which I don't think I'm going to hold on to. This is a company called Vantrue. This is like a $400 dash cam, guys. They were like on my goddamn dick.
Pause.
About sending this goddamn they were like, hey, we know you do EDC truck stuff. We know you do stuff for vehicles and stuff like that. Can we send you out a camera for your truck? Do you want to upgrade cameras for your truck? And I'm like, guys, I appreciate what is this? This is the Vantrue, I think it's called the Next U. Let me see, which model is this? Yeah, the Nexus 5. The Nexus 5. Let me see if we can look this shit up. So this thing here is 300 and looks like it's about $379. So they sent it out to me. I told them I don't owe them any content. They don't have to send it to me. They've sent it to me anyway. I'm going to talk about it during this live stream because what do you guys think about having dash cams in your vehicle? I have one in my truck. It works. It's hardwired into my truck. It turns on with my radio. It turns off with my radio. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any issues with it. Earl, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. So I love the fact that this thing is 4K. You know what I'm saying? And I think that it has like 3 fucking cameras inside of it. It has a camera for your cabin, and then it has a camera for, like, I guess it shows what's going on behind you. And it supports up to a 525 gigabyte SD card. This thing's like a fucking, you know what I'm saying? It seems like a phenomenal camera. I 100% know it's better than my camera that I have in my truck currently, but do I need this shit? I mean, so the way I have mine hardwired in is, you see this little picture here that says you're supposed to plug it in a cigarette lighter? I stripped mine out. So I took the cigarette lighter, I opened it up, I stripped it, and I wired it directly to my radio. So that my dash cam is wired basically just like this, but it comes on when my radio comes on, it goes off when my radio goes off. And I mean, it's well packaged. It seems to be pretty nice. I don't know. Do y'all have this in your vehicles? I think that this is what's gonna happen to this. I'm gonna see if Danny Lede will let me put this in her vehicle. There has been several companies that have sent me these cameras, and all the time I will ask her, hey, do you want this in your vehicle? She will immediately say, no, I don't want that fucking shit in my goddamn vehicle. I'm like, okay, I hear you. I'm like, okay, never mind, right? So if she doesn't want it, I'm giving this to a channel member. 100% gonna give this to a channel at $400 value. This is going to a channel member, man. There's no way. You know, I might explore to see, do I like it? But the issue is I don't like making big changes to my EDC truck rig, right? Because, you know, my current camera works fine. It does loop recording. It's only 1080p, but I don't, you know, as long as I can read license plates, I'm fine. And so I'm good to go. And this is not going to get a full review. This is as much airtime as this thing is going to get on my channel. So put it, you know, let me know, chat. Would you guys, do you have this? Do you recommend it? You know, I've talked about it in my EDC videos before for my truck, but I don't like go hard for for these things. I think they're good for documented accidents. Mine also has like a vibration mode that if it notices that my truck door is open, the camera turns on. And my camera records the inside cabin in my truck. So if a thief comes in my vehicle, he doesn't notice that I have a dash cam, it's going to record him or her. So, you know, it does have that, it's like a gyroscopic, you know, type of shit. It will shake if it notices that or whatever. So as mentioned earlier, just in case you guys missed it, I'm still carrying this little micro freaking EDC. This is just what I'm carrying in the pocket for the rest of the day. You know, my day's almost over. I might film tonight, I may not. But that is what's in the pocket. And then the last thing it's in the pocket for today is the actual wallet, which is, I'm still rocking the Esker, the Parliament wallet, which is, I just want to get more and more patina on this shit and just to see how it looks. I'm a big fan of this thing so far, though. I'm a huge fan of it so far. And then, as I mentioned earlier, we're rocking the actual nutsack double app and pouch, which has been such a fucking pleasure to carry this thing, man. It's been such a pleasure to carry this thing, but I'm gonna give you some alternatives because it is kind of pricey. I will keep it real with y'all. It's like $189 or some shit like that. It's fucking pricey.
Hey, bro, come on now,
No,
dog.
it is pricey, man.
Come on, man.
Hey, make sure you put a Q code in front of your shit. It will gain my attention. A Q code in front of your shit will gain my attention, or send me a goddamn dono. Two easiest ways to gain my attention are you don't have to send me shit, but if you want it to jump out at me, that's the easiest way to do it. So let's see what y'all are talking about over here real quick, man. Let's see. First thing that jumped out at me is Earl said I should really get one. I drive too much for work. Not to. I don't know how admissible it will be for police, right? They may not give a fuck. But I think that if you ever have to sue somebody, you can use it. I think that police like to do their own evidence gathering for stuff. So sometimes they don't like to use evidence that we gathered. Like, hey, I gathered my own, you know, I have pictures of this creeper touching this person. They're like, yeah, we can't use that, right? So sometimes I don't know if they'll take it, but if they will, then I have it. You know what I'm saying? And we can kind of make it easy for that as well. You live 10 minutes away from the Home Alone house. The Home Alone house is in what state? Rocky, where do you live? I thought you were are you in yeah, what state do you live in? I don't want to guess wrong. And let's see. Canyon says Home Alone got that original EDC slingshot in his back pocket for that safety. Sir, you're so fucking right. Oh. Hey. Can we upgrade the Home Alone can we upgrade the Home Alone's slingshot though? Can we upgrade his shit? Like I know the best damn EDC. He has this Pocket V slingshot, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, spend that good old $75 on that shit. That Autumn. You know I fucking hate Autumn.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Not that I hate it, it's just that I'm not in the trades and I don't see like a really big need for it. But you know what I'm saying? You want to spend that $75 on some goddamn pocket art, man, you can go ahead and make that shit happen real quick. Another thing that you can make happen is the Battalion Stallion stand up, ma'am. The fattest goddamn ass on YouTube. You already know what the goddamn deal is. Coming through with the $5 super chat. Ron Reyes says, Sup X, how you feeling about that first third of that stick in your top 3 cigars? So the first third of this stick is fucking trash. Hopefully as I enter the second third, it gets a little bit better. I don't take the band off until I approach it. I'm a band on type of guy. You know what I'm saying? But the first third of this stick is trash. It doesn't really pass my talking test. So my talking test is, can I run my mouth for 5 or 10 minutes and the stick stay lit? The shit keeps going out. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. I would say that my top 3 cigars are hands down. Number 1 has to be Drew Estate's Undercrown or Undershade. And then the second one has to be also Drew Estate's Nightshade, which is a little bit more peppery. And then I'm a big fan of Camacho Yellow Label. I don't know which one it is specifically. Those are like the ones I tend to buy. You know, those are the ones I tend to buy in boxes, and just I'm okay with buying big old boxes all together. Darkwing Duck, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. Sir, we were just talking about that nostalgia stuff, man. Every time I see your thumbnail, you give me that nostalgia feeling, because I remember that Darkwing Duck, the Darkwing Duck helicopter, man. That was my go-to. The Darkwing Duck helicopter. He always had these freaking crazy ass contraptions. I don't know if y'all remember the days of Darkwing Duck. He always had the freaking craziest ass contraptions that he would fly and just figure out whether it was his goddamn helicopter or if it was whatever the case may be. But all of that type of shit, man, it gives me the nostalgia every time I see that shit. So I appreciate you kicking the door in as well. Make sure you put a Q code in front of your shit, man. If you got to come in here, ask a man a question, have a seat at my man cave table, man. We can just kind of lounge out, kick it real quick, and make life real easy and real good. Let me see what other questions we got in here, man. Y'all know I'm the goddamn EDC President Chief. I don't know a lot about this shit, man. I'm just like y'all real quick,
Hey,
Boosie,
bro,
man.
come on now, dog.
Just like y'all.
Come on, man.
So I'm just saying, man. So EDC President Chief, I just like to keep it goddamn real with y'all, that I always will let you know if I don't know the fucking answer to some shit. it makes life that much easier. Drift says, I always rewatching the Matrix trilogies, The Mask, Nightmare Before Christmas, pretty much any Godzilla or Mothra. Listen, it's so crazy because my wife binge watches shit. When Danny Lene decides she's gonna watch some shit, she binge watches that shit. She recently decided she was gonna watch all the Transformers in the correct order, because I guess you're supposed to watch them in a particular order. She did all that shit in like a day and a half. Isn't it? It's just like it's quite a few of them. The Matrix trilogy movies are I like those a lot. I guess I like the third one the most because that's kind of when they brought in those mech warriors and it just gave me all the right vibes. Isn't there a Matrix 4 though? I haven't watched. If there is a fourth one, I have not watched that shit. I think there is a fourth one, right? I don't know. Anything that goddamn Keanu Reeves, man, he always has me out of goddamn balls.
Pause.
I'm just saying, he always just has me just anything he decides to put his goddamn mind to. There's almost a slight chance that I'm going to be checking it out. What would you recommend for a good EDC dad bag? So I don't know how big you want it to be, Justin. Because for the longest time, my dad bag was my tactical baby gear, right? So tactical baby gear, they sent me out this specific bag that they sent me. Let me go field trip. Let's check this shit out real quick. So the specific bag they sent me is called the diaper bag. This one right here. I carried this shit for quite a while. I carried this for quite a while, and I had the cup holder. I had all that shit. I had the cup holder, the fucking emergency blowout kit, all that shit. And then the reason I like this bag is because it does easily transition into a laptop bag. Like once your kids grow older, you can just simply use this to carry your shit to work. But I eventually got tired of the sling bag. It was a little bit too tactical for me. So for me personally, my dad bag right now is the nutsack sling bag. I just literally use the nutsack sling bag as my main. This is the nutsack sling bag here. This is my main dad bag. You know, I have a 4-month-old. I have a goddamn 2 2-year-olds, an 8-year-old, and a 14-year-old boo. See, I got a lot of.
Bro, come on now, dog.
You know what I'm saying? Have y'all seen Danny? Have you seen Danny Lelay's ass? Okay, we got a lot of fucking kids. There's a specific reason that we got all these fucking kids. Okay, so this is my current dad bag. It's only 7 liters. It fits all the diapers and shit that I need. 1 change of outfits. That's all I fucking need, man. So that would be my number 1 recommendation, because when the kids get older, you're gonna want to keep using the fucking bag. That was my lesson learned with my 14-year-old. My 14-year-old, I bought this freaking Juicy Couture diaper bag. And once she became a 3-year-old, what the fuck I look like walking around with a hot pink goddamn Juicy Couture goddamn diaper bag,
What?
man. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So that would be my recommendation. Get a bag that can transition right into something else. Forget the iPhone, get a Samsung. I was so much on Samsung nuts, man. The last Samsung phone I had was the Note 5, the Galaxy Note 5, and I used that phone. I talked about it yesterday on the Mantuary podcast. I used that phone until the fucking wheels fell off of it. Like, I just fucking used it all the time. Brandon says, I was hoping for a new iPad mini. I'm kind of right there with you, man. So I have the iPad mini 6 sitting right here, and the iPad mini 6, I really like it. I don't know if they need to upgrade it. I don't know. Here's the thing about upgrading the iPad mini is that it only serves a few purposes. You can't really use it for productivity because it's so small. You can't really put a keyboard on it. So it's like, I use the iPad mini to monitor YouTube chat whenever I'm live on YouTube, or to just consume content. So I use the iPad mini for shit like that. I have an iPad Pro, which I use to write scripts and to write ideas for YouTube videos. But this smaller iPad, this is 100% for content consumption. It's perfect for freaking creeper status in the bedroom. I can lay next to Danny Lene. She has no clue. I'm just sitting there chilling out, you know what I'm saying, watching a little bit of YouTube, just kind of hanging out, rocking out with the goddamn cock out, all that good shit, man. I'm just saying.
Gay.
Steven says, what up, X? Working some OT tonight for that EDC money. Sir, you got a good goddamn head on your shoulders, sir. You know what I'm saying? He said, I need more money for that EDC, man. I need it. Brandon says, I'm still paying off my 13 Pro, so I'll be waiting to upgrade. Listen, I hate financing phones. Like, I will do whatever I can to avoid financing phones because I am a goddamn phone service whore. If you get on my nerves, I'm leaving your phone service in a heartbeat. So I need to own the phones. Right now, I'm with Google Fi. At one point, I was with AT&T. They got on my nerves. I went to Verizon. They got on my nerves. I went to Google Fi. They got on my nerves. I went back to AT&T. Like, I need to own my fucking phones. And right now, Google Fi has been doing me right for the last year. I got 4 phones, and we pay like $99 a month, or maybe it's like $115 a month, unlimited everything. So I'm like, all right, cool. We got, 3 iPhones and a Google phone. And they unlimited everything. We also get YouTube Premium, so I don't get any ads on my YouTube videos when I watch YouTube. And we get YouTube Music, so it's not a bad deal. I signed up when they were just like giving away the whole goddamn bag. Put a Q code in front of your shit if you want me to read your question or your comment. A Q code in front of your shit if you want me to read your shit. Let's see. Mike and I says, I've been needing a dash cam, but have not found time to research and find a good one. Any recommendations? So for me personally, I've owned like 4 of them. And well, all I can tell you is whatever dash cam you decide to get, Mike and Ike's, if you can find a dash cam that uses USB Type-C, I think you will appreciate it. Because my dash cam currently uses mini USB. And because it's already wired into my truck, I don't want to upgrade to USB Type-C. The dash cam that they sent me is USB Type-C. So if I had to install that, I would have to strip the wires and it's already tucked in, it looks good, all that shit. So my first recommendation is make sure that the object that powers the dash cam is USB Type-C. My second thing would be, if you can make it happen, get a dash cam that's at least 1440p, if not 4K. My dash cam is only 1080p. And 1080p will allow for you to kind of get a description of the vehicle that's in front of you, but like sometimes you may not be able to read the license plate. And sometimes you might, 1440p is 2K, is another name for 2K. But if you could fork it, man, get 4K. You're going to be able to read license plates and shit like that. Finally, the last thing I would say for dash cams is make sure it does loop recording. Make sure that the dash cam records over itself, right? So like my dash cam records for 25 minutes, and then at the 25 minute, it just deletes everything and just records all over again. If I get into an accident, then if I'm able to, as soon as I turn off my vehicle and the radio goes off, the recording stops. Or if I'm okay, I can just pull the cord from the dash cam and I'll preserve that video. But you just, you don't want to mess around and have to constantly be reformatting your SD card. That's like a big headache with these dash cams. So Drip says it is needed. Dash cams don't lie. My question is, how do you feel about civilian body cams? Would you ever consider one? If I'm CCWing, which I do pretty often, I've thought about wearing a body cam. If I ever had to put lead through somebody, like how can I prove that? Because there's really 4 things that I'm gonna say to the law if I ever have to use my CCW, right? So he was, he was coming right at me. I had to shoot him to stop him. I want him arrested. I want my lawyer. He could be on the ground without a pulse. I'm saying those 4 things. I was scared for my life. He was coming right at me. I want him arrested. I want my lawyer. Those are the only 4 things I'm saying to the law. Even if it's 100%, it's not for me to determine if it's justified. So those are the 4 things I'm saying to the law. But I thought about, if I'm CCW, what I do, I want to wear a body cam, but then I'm like, man, a lot of times I'm wearing graphic tees and shit like that. Like, what the fuck? How can I make that work? I mean, it would probably be a lot easier in the fall because I wear a lot of hoodies and shirts with buttons, and I can kind of slip it. But I would really have to think about that, right? What's a good EDC dad bag? We just talked about that. Great stream last night. I appreciate that, Redskin, man. We're just trying to mix it up, man. So we got the Mantuary podcast that go down on Mondays now. And if you guys you're like, what the fuck is the Mantuary podcast? It's basically my new podcast that we do on Mondays. And we are so yesterday was EDC Not For Me. And we talked about the brick lady and all that other type of shit as well. So we like to mix it up and just kind of we're starting off with a new podcast, man. And I'm feeling pretty good about it. We're gonna have different people on there and all of that type of shit. So check it out if you haven't seen it before, man. If you've never heard of it, it's on my, obviously just click on my page and it'll take you to the most recently uploaded video. Go to my podcast. It's called the Mantuary, because this is my Mantuary. This is my sanctuary. I didn't want to call it the Man Cave Podcast because A, there's already podcasts called that, and B, it's kind of fucking whack. It's not that fucking
Hey,
cool.
bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
So, you know, gotta spice it up a little bit, man. You Pippa says, can't you buy a USB adapter for it? Yeah, I probably could. Here's my issues. Like, when I adapt stuff from my mini USB to USB Type-C, I would absolutely hate for something to fail. So I drive a lifted truck, right? And a lot of times driving a lifted truck does have its issues. And one of the issues with driving a lifted truck is vibration. And so there are things that I have to tighten with my maintenance. And it's because my truck tires are constantly vibrating my truck. And so I have to think about, okay, if I'm going to add anything to my truck or add any items to my truck, you know, to what extent do I want to do that? Because I know I'm going to be fucking under my truck, having to tighten some shit up, et cetera, et cetera. So if I get an adapter like that, right? If I get an adapter like that, and this is what my truck looks like. I drive a 2015 GMC Sierra, and it's on a rough country lift with 35s and 20s on it. So if I get that thing on there, I have to think about, you know, what else am I gonna have to fucking go through and tighten up? What else am I gonna have to go through and see if it's working and everything is good to go and all that type of shit? And that type of adapter, yeah, I might have to think about that. Geeky Scott, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. You know what I'm saying? So you know, so I think that would be something to consider as well. So if I get that adapter, is it going to come loose here? Like, let me give you an example. About once a month, I have to tighten the battery terminals of my truck because my truck vibrates and it loosens the positive battery terminal of my truck. I've replaced it. I've gotten a new one, all that type of shit. But no, without failure, once a month, Danny Lene jumps into the vehicle. She's like, oh, your battery's dead. I'm like, no, it's not. I'll fix it. Give me 3 minutes. And I go out there, get my little 8mm, and I tighten it up. So, you know, it just kind of depends. A zip tie or a locking USB would fix any issues with the vibration. Yeah, actually, that's a good idea, too. I would have to think about that. It says, what's a good budget sling tight on cash with a 9-month-old daughter? First off, congratulations on the 9-month-old, my guy. Tight on cash, I would say my recommendation would be a Tom Talk. Now, you want to, let's see, you have a 9-month-old, so you need 12-month-old change of outfit. You need at least like 4 or 5 diapers. You got wipes. You may have 1 or 2 bottles. So my recommendation would be the Tom Talk sling bag, but get the one that is field trip. Let's see. Get the one that is, here it is right here. Perfect. Oh my God, Tom Talk, you read my goddamn mind. It's like you knew it. It's like you knew it. This one here is, this one's going to be just fine. They sent this one out to me. Justin. And I think I still have it. Honestly, if you're willing, if I still have this, Justin, do me a favor. Go to my website. And if you're willing to pay shipping, if I still have this bag, I'll send it to you. I have to just look through my inventory. Because I'm not going to fucking use this bag anymore. They sent me 2 of them. I gave 1 away. I can't remember if I have the other one. I have to look through my inventory. But go to my website, themarinex.com. Matter of fact, I'll put it here. And drop your contact information under my contact tab. If I still have it, then I'll just, and you're willing to pay shipping, I'll just send it out to you. How about that? We can do that pretty easily. So I'll drop that in the chat for you. Also, while we're on my page, guys, listen, we talked about this the other day. If I've done a live stream recently that talks about, you know, how do I price my EDC? How do I price these fucking videos? How do I price advertisements? All that type of stuff. So you can go check out that live stream, right? But if you're a content creator, or if you're thinking about being a content creator when it comes to EDC stuff, if you just come to this page here, give me your email, your name, I will give you for free. I will give you for free my content creation influencer help, right? So basically I have this is the exact script that I send over. I use for different companies. This is how I price, and this is some of my old pricing, but this is how I price ads in my videos. This is the script that I send over to companies. So you can have this for free, and I'm showing it to you on stream because I don't think this should be a secret. If you want to work with some of these companies, some of these bad companies and stuff like that, if you got, you know, about 100, 200 subscribers on maybe on YouTube, or maybe, you know, you got about 200-300 followers on Instagram, you're trying to grow, you're putting out content, these companies will work with you. You know, these companies will work with you. So go to my website, themarinex.com/influencer helpline, or just click the link and click influencer helpline on my website when you get here, and you will get that PDF for free. And it kind of just peels back the onion a little bit. If you want to talk a little bit more about this, you can always book a one-on-one with me, and I'll go over your page, give you advice on how to improve your shit, you know, what's working, what's not working, and all of that type of stuff. Or if you just want to shoot the shit here in the man cave, you can book a session and just chill out with me, man. If you want to just shoot the shit, get some advice on some stuff, you can also just book a 30-minute session with me on my website. So any different ways that you want to make it happen, we can make it happen, man. So whatever works for you. Chrome bag I bought too. You mean Chrome Industries? What am I? Let me see. Chrome bags I bought too. You're not talking about Rocky. I feel like I'm missing because when I see Chrome bags, I'm thinking about Chrome Industries. I know you're not talking about any of my products, 'cause I don't sell bags. I don't sell bags, but I do sell all this good crap here. I'm using the Marine X coaster as we speak. Anything you might want to pick up on the website. But yeah, man, Q Cole in front of your shit will gain my attention and all of that good stuff. The Geekiest Guy says there is an electronic safe Loctite for your terminals. If I find a link, I'll send it to you. Yeah, send it my way, man. Send it my way. Here's my only issue with Loctite and stuff like that. I do maintenance. I guess I could. You know what, Geekiest Guy? Yeah, send it to me. I'll use it. I'll use it because if the Loctite is too strong, I'll use a breaker bar or something like that, and I'll get the screw loose. I'll get that boat loosened up. So that's a good idea. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Yeah, are you guys upgrading to? Let me see. Are you guys upgrading to the iPhone 15? Is it something you're thinking about? I just don't know, man. I just don't know. I think that overall, the biggest thing with it is there's such a hype train behind it that people are all over the shit. People are just 100% excited about it. And it's 100% not necessarily for me to just upgrade, but some of these companies already send shit out to me, and I don't know. Can we use that hour for EDC bag video that we post on your channel? It says, can we use that hour for an EDC bag review video that we post on our channel? Oh, you can use any of my content. I think I understand your question, EDC. Explain. Any of my content. As long as you're making it transformative, you can use any of my content. So if you want to clip something, if you want to, whatever you want, I don't care. But transformative means that you need to add to it, right? Add your own content, talk over it. You see how I do react videos, or if you're rolling into your own, I don't care. You can use any of my content. It's just not that big of a deal. It's just not really that big of a deal to me. It's not quite the red Loctite. It's almost the orange, but made exactly for your use case. Perfect. Yeah, I would appreciate that, because I think that that's like, it's not a big issue. It's a first world problem, right? I fucking drive and lift a truck. It's my, it's a decision that I make. Just did what you said about your webpage. Thanks, big time. Okay, no problem at all. So what I'm gonna do, Justin, is I'll look through my inventory and see if I have that bag. If I do, like I say, I'll see how much the shipping is, and we'll work it out. We will work it out, man. No, it's not a big deal. Absolutely not a big deal, man. So let me see what's going on with the freaking YouTubes as well, man. I thought about watching some of this stuff, but my timeline has been like severely flooded with iPhone 15 crap. And I just thought to myself, I saw Quack's video on the snack time sling. You know what, guys? And listen, I think that I have a bone to pick with. Let me give y'all some of the juice behind the EDC, man. Let me give y'all some of the juice behind the EDC, how some of this shit works. And I'm not a big fan of like when people don't disclose that they get stuff. And I'm not talking about Ron Kwok. I'm just saying in general. I'm not a big fan when people are not disclosing about how they get stuff or how they receive things or how they're reviewing stuff. So for instance, I've talked about this before that the reason y'all never see me really do knife reviews on this channel is that a lot of these companies, to do a knife review, they will send you a loaner knife and you're not allowed to cut anything with the fucking knife. I want you to, whenever you go to any of your favorite creators' live streams, or if you watch their review videos on a knife, I want you to really think about, do they actually cut anything on camera for you to see? Because if they don't, and the blade looks unused, especially if it's like a stain, it's not a stone wash finish, right? You can clearly see if there's snail trails on the handles or if there's any marking on the blades. I want you to really think about, why does it look like that? It's because these companies send out review EDC knives and you're not allowed to fucking cut anything. There's been several companies that have reached out to me to send me knives, and that was one of the stipulations. And I was like, no, why the fuck would I do some shit like that? No. So that's why you rarely see me do knife reviews. If a company wants to send me knives to just check it out, they're more than welcome to do that. For instance, TRM, Three Rivers Knives, they heard me talking about a knife that I bought at Blade Atlanta. I didn't go to Blade Atlanta, but I had someone buy it on my behalf. They sent me out there Adam for free. I don't owe them a video. I've featured it a few times on live stream. I probably would never do a review video on the TRM Adam. It's a fantastic knife. It's slicey as fuck. But it's slicey because I fucking have used the shit out of it, right? But a lot of companies are doing that, where they're sending out because they want the review and the content creator wants the content. So it's kind of it's a mutually beneficial relationship. But I just don't see how I can do a knife review if I've never fucking cut it. If I can't tell you, oh, this thing sucks at zip ties, or, you know, this thing sucks when you need to cut, when I go to prune your fucking plants. Oh, it's not that great when you slice meat. Oh, don't use it to pry apart. You know what I'm saying? Don't use it to pry apart 2 pieces of meat because it won't do the job. I can tell you that shit because that's the type of shit I do with my goddamn knives. I do stupid shit with my knives. I use my knives to get the dirt out of vacuum cleaners. I use my knives to cut plastic pieces off of toys because I got 5 fucking kids. I can tell you, like, hey, listen, this knife is cool and all, but you don't want to do that. And so if a review is just kind of like, I would prefer it's called an overview, right? An overview. And all of that good stuff. So let's see here. Wait, what the fuck? But how is that? Let me check this out real quick.
Remember to stay hydrated.
Oh, man, let me get them hydrated real quick. Man, I appreciate you for reminding me of that. Guys, freaking hydrate real quick. Make this shit happen. I just said, oh, my God. Follow the directions of goddamn everyday minimalist. Make that shit happen, man. It is time to hydrate. Whatever that means to you, man. Whatever that means to you, freaking get that hydration in your body. Put some goddamn googly eyes in the chat. Make sure you hit that goddamn like button.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Are you not entertained?
Hit that goddamn like button. Ladies, get off that fucking pole. Get off that pole before you hurt yourselves. You never know what might happen. I appreciate y'all making the cut. Man, I appreciate that reminder. Let's see what's up with this knife.
And today I'm going to be showing you guys a brand new knife from Devco.
Defco. I've never even heard of these people. Defco? DFco. Have y'all heard of Defco? What? Am I tripping?
This is an ultra minimalistic knife that has a few.
Oh my God, that shit is fucking sexy AF. I don't know the price. I don't know. I wish I had a thumb stud, but I just love the contrast. I'm assuming that's titanium scales. I love the contrast of that pocket clip. I don't know if it's brass or if it's copper or if it's stainless, just colored a certain way. I don't fucking know. But it's so small. Oh my God, that shit looks good.
Few different features that I've never seen in any other knife. We'll cover all that in this video, but for now, sit back, relax, and let's get it. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Minimalist. My name is Brandon, and in front of me today, I've got the...
Hold on, let me see. Before he even... I don't know. A lot of folks... I just want to know how much this shit costs. Before we get deep into it, I just want to know how much this shit to $249. Sir, what is going on?
Bro, come on now, dog.
What?
Come on, man.
And it's discounted because the list price is $325. It's fucking sexy. So it's a CPM 4B steel blade, which I give zero fucks about. I don't care if it's budget blade because I'm okay with sharpening my shit. But it's nicer to have a nicer blade still. I get it. It's manufactured and assembled in the USA. Okay, great. Cam lock locking mechanism. What is that? Cam lock. Stainless steel handles. So it is stainless steel handles. I thought it was titanium. It's stainless steel handles. And you want goddamn $249? It's a 2.5 inch blade, which means it's California legal. Yeah, I don't know about that shit, Defco. Let's see what goddamn EDM thinks about this shit, man.
Brand new Devco McQueen. I'll try to keep this video as short and simple as possible, just kind of showcasing the knife. And if you're interested in picking up the McQueen after this video, go ahead, check the link in the description below. And if you use code EDM, that will get you 10% off your order at Devco.
Now, one thing I want y'all to notice that I like what EDM did. The video's titled, "You've Never Seen a Knife Like This One, Devco McQueen." He didn't say it's a review. He said, I'm going to go over the knife. So I think that this is an overview. He's not trying to portray this to be anything other than what it seems to be, right? Because in my mind, if I was watching this on my iPad mini and he called this a fucking review, I'd be like, well, the shit looks fucking unused. But when it's an overview, or if it's just a, unboxing, you're just showcasing the knife, then I'm okay with that. Because sometimes I just want to know what the shit looks like.
Let's not waste too much of your time and get right into it. And again, this is the McQueen from Devco. It's made out of stainless steel in terms of the handles.
See, look at that stainless steel for $240. I mean, it's not gonna be that heavy because it's such a little knife. But goddamn, $249. I don't care what the fucking blade steel is. It just does not. It just, in my gut, it doesn't seem worth it. I see the box right there next to his pouch. I don't know. I don't know.
And pocket clip along with the hardware. And in order to open it up, all you gotta do is flick it out and you're greeted with...
I'm so bad at flicking. Did he flick that shit with his goddamn his ring finger or some shit? I'm so bad at that shit. That's why I like thumb studs, flippers. Because I look like a whole goddamn nincompoop when I have to use my ring finger or middle finger. Like a complete animal.
4V blade. It has a really nice cut through fuller along with drop point blade style. And in terms of the locking mechanism, we're looking at the crossbar or axis lock locking mechanism. Let's flip it back over on the show side and admire this ultra minimalistic design. And what that means is it basically doesn't have a pivot screw or a body screw on the show side.
So how do you, okay, it must be on the other side. Okay. I'm about to say, well, how do you take it apart? I mean, I don't know.
Now, when I flip it back over to the lock side, there is a pocket clip along with a body screw here and a pivot screw here. I'll overlay some B-roll of the internals of this knife, and what makes this thing super special is it's operating off of one single coil spring for the axis lock locking mechanism.
I wonder, like, that one coil spring, here's my issue, okay? When I use a knife, I need to be able to, a lot of times I gotta be able to keep my hand on the workpiece. So I'm trying to cut a zip tie. I'm trying to work on my pool. The other day I was outside fixing my fence and I tied some zip ties onto the fence because I got a fucking old ass fence. Well, I needed to adjust one of the zip ties, so I need to cut it off. Well, I wanted to keep my hand on the fence, right? And I need to be able to take out a knife, and I need to be able the knife to deploy one-handed. And also, I needed to not fail. That's the only reason why this knife may not make it in my pocket that often, because it doesn't have a thumb stud. I'm going to be wearing gloves or some shit like that. So that will make me nervous.
Now that's super unique, and I've only seen it done in one other knife, which would be the Benchmade Anthem.
Now that's another thing. The Benchmade Anthem is fucking pricey as shit, but slicey as shit. I seen it cut goddamn hairs off a dude's forearm at goddamn Blade, Texas. But I wonder, how will this knife be after 300 actions, 400 actions? You know, so I tend to like fidget with my knives. Geekiest Guy says at least that spring looks like you can pull one from a pin in a pinch. But should I have to for $249, right? And I would rather in a pinch to just have a secondary knife. I think it's a good talking piece. But I personally, I mean, Defco, if y'all want to send your boy one, you're more than welcome to do that shit. I'm just, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, what are you talking about?
Don't get it fucking twisted. You're more than welcome to send the shit out. But would I buy one for that? If it was TI, maybe. But, you know, I don't even need TI scales.
Most crossbar locking mechanisms operate off of 2 omega springs, and a lot of times they will snap. I've never had that happen to me, but with the McQueen, having that single coil spring just means that
Here's another thing. This is how you know I'm the peasant-in-chief of EDC. I have taken apart, because I know what he means by I didn't know what these fucking springs are called. I've taken apart plenty of Benchmade knives to do maintenance or whatever. I didn't know what those fucking springs were called. I just know when I fucking take the Benchmade apart, don't fucking lose those goddamn springs. I'm just saying, okay? You know what I'm saying?
there's less mechanical parts and less failures. In theory, this locking mechanism should be a lot more reliable than your standard axis lock.
I would want to give that, in theory, it should be, but I would want to see someone action that 300 times or give it to goddamn Jerry Riggs everything. Y'all ever seen his channel before where he breaks phones and shit? I want it to be torture tested. Like, can it really handle it?
Lock or crossbar locking system. Another really cool thing about this knife is it does have an ambidextrous pocket clip, so you can literally just pop it out and then flip it over and make it super lefty friendly. If you're someone that doesn't enjoy pocket clips, you can literally take out the pocket clip and insert your own paracord. Again, I'll just overlay some B-roll so you guys can check.
So this is a helical spring, okay.
That out. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is the pivot. So this thing is operating off of phosphor bronze washers. It is extremely drop shutty just straight out of the box. But what makes it super unique is the pivot is actually milled into the handle scale itself, which
he just said a lot of English words and I'm not really sure what any of those mean. Okay.
He needs some milk.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, listen. This is why my content sits where it sits, right? Because I'm gonna give you my recommendations on shit after it's been through a little bit of time with me, right? But I'm not going to be able to give you the goddamn bacon, lettuce, and tomatoes of the pivots and the springs. I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm going to send you to the spec website and say, oh, yeah, just go to defco.com, you know, and they're going to fucking take care of you.
Means that there's even less moving parts and it makes it even more reliable. The drawback to that is you only have one screw to tune in the knife itself, but so far the action has been able to hold up like a dream. This knife is pretty badass and it's relatively small, so you can fit it into pretty much any.
Just quietly pulled out that Benchmade, sir, with those gorgeous ass scales on it. I saw that shit.
Pockets. Huge shout outs to Devco for sending the McQueen over and letting me check it out. I plan to give the McQueen a lot of pocket time and add it to my EDC rotation. If you guys have any questions about this knife, let me know in the comment section below. But aside from that, thank you guys so much for dropping.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I would just love to see that thing torture tested. Is it really that much better? Right? Is it really? Like, if I can get it into the hands of Jerry Riggs everything, where he torture tests stuff. He torture tests vehicles, knives. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know he had his own goddamn knife. But I would love to, could I get this knife into his hand and see him put it through the test to see what could it really take? What type of beating could it really go through, right? Because I've seen him take some goddamn vehicles, phones, all sorts of stuff that are supposed to be completely up to a certain test, and he runs it through one of his simple tests, and the shit just fucking falls apart like goddamn putty. He don't even have that. Goddamn, 7.8 million. So I didn't even fucking realize that, but you've been putting in a lot of work, man. 1,000 videos. Yeah, you've been putting in a lot of work. That knife seems cool, but I don't know about goddamn $249. I don't know about that. I don't know about that shit. I don't know about that. Lazy Moose agrees as well. Yeah, it's sexy, but not for goddamn $249. Semper Fi saying the same thing. I don't need it. I don't need it as well. But you know, Defco, you're more. Matter of fact, send it to everybody. You know, Defco, send me one. Send everybody one and goddamn chat one, man. We freaking appreciate that, man. We would love you for it. We would love you for it. Bad, oh bad. So let me see who else has some freaking. It's legal everywhere. Is it? I guess there's basically, at 2.5 inches, you're basically fucking covered, are you not? At 2.5 inches, you're basically good to go. Now the person that I like to watch when it comes to like my style of content is probably Zach in the Wild, and because he gives a lot of practical recommendations. This video is a little bit too long for me to watch right now, but he says this will make your life easier. He did a video recently about, do you really need all this crap or something like that. Here it is right here. Do you really need all this junk? This video is what inspired my de-influencing video.
How useful is your...
Look at this, just the cinematography and all that type of shit, right? It's just like a different type of vibe on his channel.
Everyday carry. I don't mean hypothetically, but practically. How useful are the tools in your pocket, and how are you using...
Do you see him using the shit? Even if he's just giving me a little bit of B-roll action. I mean, he cut a wire and he screwed in a screw. Okay, I get it. He could have fucking grabbed some shit that was laying around his garage. I understand that shit, okay? But it just still makes me feel like whatever he's about to say makes me feel like he's putting the shit through the goddamn paces.
Using them on the daily basis. Today, we are going to be looking at...
You see the goddamn Knippik sitting on top of a bike in his goddamn garage? Does that not make sense, sir? I appreciate that shit.
How to build a super useful EDC.
I'm not going to torture y'all by going through it because I'm telling you, a 20-minute video will be here for a goddamn hour. But if y'all have not checked him out, you got to check out Zach in a While, because he always gives me that motivation for like, is my EDC really useful? Does it make a lot of sense the way I have it put together in its current state? Because a lot of times it just doesn't make a lot of fucking... Goddamn, her titties are fucking all in the goddamn thumbnail. Clickbait. Shit, I'm gonna tell goddamn Danny, you can put your goddamn ass in the goddamn thumbnail, man, so we can make that shit happen. Man. I'm just saying,
come
shit.
on now, dog. Come on, man.
Listen, another person I love to watch quite often is Maurice Moves. I'm kind of give you a rundown of the type of shit that I like to watch and keep and catch up on. Maurice Moves he's like a lifestyle channel, but he talks about a lot of EDC stuff as well, right? And you know, I think that if you want a different vibe on EDC, Maurice Moves is the place to go. And his growth has been crazy. Crazy. I started following him and he was at 25,000 subscribers. He's approaching 200 goddamn thousand subscribers. Wait, was that a locking knife? It's not legal in New York. Okay. Well, yeah, you can't carry it. I guess the only knife that I could carry that's legal would be my Benchmade. Oh my God. Where is my Benchmade? Hold on real quick, man. Let me check this shit out, man. Speaking of over the top freaking expensive knives, this would be like one of my only knives that I guess I can carry in New York, because this does not lock. This is the Benchmade Gold Class Tengu tool, and it doesn't lock. It just flips around. The blade is obviously small enough, and I use my shit. Unfortunately, I couldn't sell this and get full value of it because I've used the shit out of it. But with the marble carbon fiber scales and the steel and all that type of shit, I wouldn't be able to. As beautiful as it is, I could carry this in New York because it doesn't lock. But one side is a slotted screwdriver and a bottle opener. The other side is a blade itself. I can carry this in New York, I guess, right? That'd be about it. I think that's the only knife I have that technically does not lock, right? Because I guess you wouldn't be able to carry a fixie in theory, because they're permanent. In theory, they're permanently fucking locked. In theory, they're permanently locked. They're permanently locked. But yeah, Maurice Moves, man, is another one you definitely got to check out, because he does EDC stuff, but he also mixes in like this random lifestyle type shit. Like he did a video how to break into a hotel safe. I was like, I never thought about that shit, right? You know, how to call fucking customer service. He's bold enough to do different types of videos to make that type of shit happen. No Swiss Army knives. I guess Swiss, I guess my question would be, what does it mean to lock? You pimping that's a good question, right? Because I have like multi-tools by Gerber, which technically the knives don't lock. When they come out, they don't lock. I don't have to like decompress them to put the knife back inside. I just push them back into the multi-tool. So it really just depends on what are they defined as a locking system on a knife. Listen, guys, if you're thinking about becoming a channel member, I do so much in regards to channel members. I'm going to be filming a video soon where literally I'm going to go live, and I'm really pushing for you guys to be able to see the behind the scenes for my channel and just to see how things are done. I did a video recently on how to edit an EDC talking head video. I'm going to do a video soon where it's just a live stream. Literally set up a camera, let the camera just record or be live as I record a video. You're not really sure. Now my content's a little bit different in how I like to record shit, but still, if you're wondering like, well, you know, how do I work up, or how does he work through mistakes, or how does he do that, or how does he do this, that might be something you might want to check out as well, because we like to do that shit all the time and just kind of give a little bit of juice. But another thing is, most of my giveaways, hands down, go to my channel members. Hands down, go to my channel members. I appreciate the support that y'all give me. So most of the shit, when it's time to give away some shit, it's time to go to those folks, right? Because y'all are the freaking MVPs, and we appreciate that shit. Because y'all are the true MVPs of the channel. Last thing, guys, I gotta do an update for my Man Cave tour video. I literally have not filmed a Man Cave tour video since it's been over a year. And I have since moved up out of this house, and my Man Cave tour. Next back again. Listen, it's time. The fact that I see a tree behind me lets me know I filmed this in December of 2021. When did I upload this shit? Okay, I uploaded this February 2022. I think I filmed it like January. My Man Cave tour has got to be updated, because I owe y'all so much new sauce. There's so much new goddamn sauce in this shit, man. I want to kind of see this shit. Time for the 2022 Man Cave tour. Haven't done this in a while. Pretty excited. Let me show you guys what my Man Cave looks like. You see I'm whispering, right? A couple of my kids are in another goddamn room taking a goddamn nap.
Hey, bro, come on now,
I'm just saying.
Come on, man.
Do I want them running downstairs and running out to the goddamn mantuary and disturbing me? No. So I had to whisper before I went into the Man Cave and shit like that. And yes, we got a goddamn 12-foot Christmas tree. We have fucking 5 Christmas trees, okay? Danny Lene likes to decorate. We got a 12-foot Christmas tree, 2 9-foot Christmas trees, a 7.5-foot tree, and a kid's tree, which is like 7 feet and has like How the Grinch Stole Christmas and all that type of shit in there.
I come into it and then we'll turn on the lights and give you a proper tour. All right. And here we go.
Oh man, I missed the vibe of the old man cave. Definitely missed the vibe of the old man cave.
This is my man cave, and it's all
Is y'all's man cave in like a garage? Do you have a man cave? Is it in a basement? Like, where is your man cave?
It's glory. Of course, I'm not a big fan of light. So this is normally the vibe I got going on in my man cave whenever I come into it. Just real.
So many changes have happened since then. So many changes have happened since then. The second third of this stick is getting a lot better. The first third was completely trash. It's getting a lot hotter, and I appreciate that shit. I've given that monitor to my mother-in-law. I've upgraded monitors. I've gotten rid of those speakers. I've decluttered my desk. It was too much shit on my desk.
Feel dark. I know it looks kind of luminous, but it's just kind of how I like to vibe.
And so overall, let me skip ahead because I want to see some of my workbench. Still got the same workbench, all that shit.
Workbench. Matter of fact, let me show you guys.
We got that. Man, oh man. Yeah, my next video has to be a little bit faster pace. It says, damn, 5 trees. Yes, sir. Listen, 5 trees. And also, I got to climb my black ass on the house and put up the Christmas lights every year. Because we do the Christmas lights and everything. We got all that shit. So it's like a whole goddamn vibe. Hold on, let me just show you what the house looks like real quick and make sure I don't put any freaking nudes up of Danny and Lene. So I gotta hide my screen for a second because sometimes, you know what I'm saying, she freaking a looker.
Hey, bro, come
Just
on
saying.
now, dog. Come on, man.
So sometimes I gotta just make sure I ain't got no crazy shit on the screen. But I'm just saying, like, the entire vibe of the house is completely crazy. It's completely crazy, man. We got all sorts of shit going on. We got 5 trees. I have to get up here, and this is what our house looks like when it's completely decked out. And I have to get up here, and I have to we have 2 big ass reefs I got to put on the house. I have to put all these goddamn lights on the house. This is my life come October. I put everything up in October. We turn everything on after Thanksgiving. I need to give myself time to put the shit up. 100% got to give myself time to put the shit up because it fucking takes forever. Let me see this shit, man.
To bump against my workbench and not move when I'm working. So if we go to the other side of the workbench, this is primarily where I keep like my heavily used tools. So
yep, still the same thing, man. Still got the same thing. I've since added another TV. All sorts of shit.
So I got like my hammer drill, impact drill, a brad nailer, you know, tape measure, all that good stuff. And so we move on. So if we look here, this is my one wheel.
Yo, my God, I haven't ridden that one wheel in probably like 6 or 7 months. One Wheel sent me out their new one wheel, the GT. I just ride that shit now. I need to sell that fucking one wheel now that I think about it. Shit.
I have another one on order. This is the One Wheel XR. I ride this thing everywhere. It's good to get out, get some fresh air. It's really fun. This is the Rhino Ready pack, two person, 72 hours.
Yeah, guys. So I definitely owe y'all another freaking video. I'm not about to watch this whole thing, but I just want to see what the vibe I had going on, man. Oh my, hold on. Let me see this EDC workbench real quick, man. How did I have this shit decked out? Because I have 2 of these now. I don't know if I have this shit done the exact same way anymore. Let me see what we got.
No, there's a few tools in here. Tools that I kind of don't use as often. Some Tecton and some Milwaukee hand tools in here.
Oh my God, that shit is so fucking organized. Oh my God.
It's a picture of Sade.
Oh yeah,
she's a great artist. Got some pictures of Big Worm from Friday. Got Rihanna's ass. Got the folks from Innocent Society and Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, I definitely got to update that for you guys, man, because it is It's a whole different type of vibe in the man cave nowadays, man. It is entirely different type of vibe in the man cave. I've upgraded from basically a 2-car garage to a 3-car oversized garage, and this shit is fucking packed up full of fucking goodies and all of that good stuff. Hey guys, I appreciate y'all once again for kicking it for a late night man cave vibe. I just wanted to come through, let y'all vibe for a little bit, give my thoughts on the iPhone 15 and how you don't need to upgrade to that shit. If you're not a member of the Battalion, make sure you hit that goddamn subscribe button, join the Battalion, subscribe to the channel. Time for me to bounce my ass up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all once again for kicking it. We will speak soon.